Of the Alchemist Cup, here with Jason Katz-Brown, Jesse Matthews here. We're going to cover our next matchup on the feature board. That's versus Will Anderson from Team USA, taking on Akkarapol Kwhansak from Thailand.
Yeah.
These are some of the best players from both of the top two teams at this event right now. I don't know for certain, but Team USA was up by at least one game, and depending on the outcome of one or two games for Thailand, Team USA could actually be clear by 2 games, but we haven't gotten an official update from all the games in the last round yet.
Yeah, but in any case, this is Team 1 versus Team 2.
Yeah, that is
US
undisputed
versus
for
Thailand.
sure. So this will be super exciting. This is going to be one of the games that potentially either narrows the gap between the two teams or widens it even further. These rounds matchups are key.
Why do you think Akkarapol always has... Oh, those are earplugs, aren't they? Huh. That's cool.
Yeah, because now that you mention it, I don't see the actual wires to a player of any sort. No iPhone or whatever. They probably are just...
I guess the Thais are definitely used to playing
He
in
doesn't
noisy
have the ear
environments.
tampons, as I call them.
Grab some water.
I think there's just no way to make those wireless. What do they call them now? AirPods, I think they call them. The new Apple. I thought EarPods was the one that still had the wires.
The AirPods sounds like
I don't know. What I know it's not is Sowpods. A little handshake there between both players before the game starts, and Akkarapol will be drawing first. So Akkarapol starting with the dreaded Wu and epes as his other letters. Meanwhile, Will has pulled out Fave T-U-Y. Akkarapol to go first, dealing with a little bit of clunkiness early on.
He's a shuffling machine.
Yeah, so he's got...
Pewi US?
Yeah. She's lined up Weep as the one he's thinking of right now. I think I like Pee-wee a little bit better.
Yeah, he should play Pee-wee. Weep would be a huge blunder. And how nice would it be to have Pickhorn here in the booth commentating with us?
I know, that would be incredible.
He would explain why Weep is optimal.
I can hear it in just that, that deadpan stoic voice of his. Better for bingo. He would say it just like that.
But he would have a lot more to say because
he would, but
he would have a lot of theories.
I remember when I used to ask him about moves, between games on the boards, he would usually say something like that and explain, like you said, everything else that led to that conclusion. But it was always just the way he would say it that made me smile.
I feel like he hasn't even looked for Pee-wee. Do you think he
missed it?
I feel like he's obsessing so much about positions of Weep that he's not.
Look at that, we have more love for the verties here. Another vertical opening.
It's catching on.
This phenomenon apparently has swept through Asia, but not North America yet. He put Weep up one further.
Yeah, I'm keen to sim them against each other, except that doesn't feel like even the correct position of Weep.
So meanwhile for Will, someone has suggested Fove. Haven't really looked through all the positions yet. He's of course got the Y for Weepy.
Yeah, Fove scores a lot.
Yeah, Fove along the left side, that's tough to pass up, certainly.
Do you see any merit to Yuft? I guess Yuft would be...
Yuft keeps AEV, so I mean, it's balanced enough, but that V kind of gets in the way. It's only 1 point less than Fove, which keeps TY.
Yeah.
And keeping the Y is not really useful because of the weepy spot really being rendered useless after that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think part of being at this high level is intuitively grasping that TY is just much better than AEV. Especially, I don't think there's any positional considerations that would indicate otherwise.
I don't know about you, but sometimes I look at a rack and I have those one-off things that I do where I take out one letter, replace it mentally with another one, and wish that I had that. It's a waste of mental energy, but I still do it.
What do you wish you had here?
Oh, I'm not looking at Will's even. I was looking over at Akkarapol, and he's seeing that he almost has debunks as a 7, and then Netsuke as if he changed the D to a T, and all these things that actually aren't there. But
Like buskers.
yeah, exactly, just like that.
Great.
But yeah, with Will, Fove or Yuft certainly.
Yeah, this is an example where time spent here is just not very useful unless you're going to find a better play, but he's clearly already seen his best plays. And I think at this point you should just play it. But as somebody, I say these things because I always took way too much time on all my plays and then always went over time and always bungled out games. So I feel like I'm allowed to say
That's fair.
these players should play much faster.
You can speak with authority in the area. Allison, hello, welcome back. You say imagination is good. I would agree, it is. But as a Scrabble player, the optimal way to imagine things is imagining, disconnected nines like we saw from Sayadu and all that. That's a little bit more productive than wishing I had a letter I don't. But yes, I agree. Imagination is good. It's nice to have foresight for things like fishing, because if you were to fish, then yes, having the imagination to see what you could have is very useful. So yes, imagination harnessed correctly is very useful.
Indeed.
So we can see Will thinking out loud on his rack. Remember we talked yesterday about the two categories of people that we're seeing so far as the thinkers with the tiles in their hands and those that do it on their rack, and Will has finally opted for Yuft between the two, and it's hard to fault that. So Weepy and Yuft.
Yeah, Sim has them quite close. I'd be curious what Will was thinking about. Oh, I've gotten the people wrong.
So if the T is not touched in Yuft, Will would have a little double-double to unload some of these letters here. Not a bingo, mind you, but a nice way to clean up some of those vowels in that V. Unfortunately for him, the optimal play for Akkarapol is also a double-double that isn't a bingo on this turn.
Do you think he'll find buskets?
Well, we'll have to see. Fingers crossed. Budak mentions floating A would have given sunbakes. Yes, actually, to go back to Allison's point about imagination is good, I was imagining that there was an open A so that he could play sunbakes. So there you go, Allison. That's a great example of where imagination is excellent. Jeremy Hildebrand asks Yuft versus Fove. What does the sim like? When we were looking, it was pretty much neck and neck. I didn't really see a huge favorite.
Fove was winning by like 1 point.
Brenjam points out Yuft is more open if that's what he wants. Yes and no, but Fauve leaves an E in the double-double lane after you play it, so the board's kind of open regardless.
I'd say Fauve is more... I mean, I'm sure that Will played Yuft for its defense, because like there's no... Mostly because Fauve gives that huge triple word score lane and the double-double lane.
I think the thing with Yuft is it's just less likely you're going to have a mega score back in response. And with Fauve, you do have the opportunity to score, more in response, a little bit more often, but both good plays, certainly. It looks like Buskets is not going to go down. Instead, it's Nubs.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty close, right?
Yeah. So that'll be good news for Will, who should be able to play Vitiate next turn to quickly clean stuff up.
Good spot, Jesse Matthews.
And there it goes. Will is wasting no time to score well and clean up his rack here. Jeremy writes a little bit earlier, you can almost hear the gears turning in Will Anderson's head. The board's taking on an interesting shape so far. Vivi and Vitiate all but locking the top right corner at the moment. And Will next turn would have something like Freaked as one possibility through the K.
Federal.
Federal as a bingo.
Yeah. Akkarapol should probably play Woo alongside Weepy, because EIMS would be his best leave, and Woo is pretty close to his scores as much as most other players.
Moo-wise, pertaining to a cow. Jeremy says he's considering Moonwise.
It's worth considering. Yeah, Wu wins a sim by like 3 percentage points of win percentage.
Yeah, it's a fair bit of a jump there.
But it's pretty hard to be sure you're not missing anything.
I like how methodically he shuffles his rack. It's perfectly mechanical.
Oh, you're right.
It's approximately 1 second or a little bit less for each tile as he moves them all into place, but it's always right to the end. Some of the ones we see in North America, they do more of the incaved method, where they kind of like keep on pulling them from the outside towards the middle and make it all frantic there. Dean Saldana's kind of like that when he shuffles his tiles.
Does Jesse Matthews shuffle his tiles?
It's kind of like that. Like it's kind of like quickly into the middle and really fast and kind of hectic. And Chris Williams actually does that at our club as well. He's a fast shuffler.
Oh, is he gonna play Moonwise? Oh my. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, against Will,
that wouldn't work.
you're going to get a challenge pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Well, he's moved over to his score sheet, so maybe he's writing the word down before not playing it.
We should we should do a perusal of the best 8-letter wise words. There's only 25. Which are the best ones?
One of my favorites.
Plow-wise. I didn't know
That's cool.
plow-wise.
One of my favorites is endwise with the B hook to make bendwise after. I've loved that one.
Well,
Actually,
thus-wise.
thuswise is cool. Seems like a legalese. Oh, he's going to play
Oh,
moonwise.
no.
So that's going to be 0 points after he hits the
Oh.
clock.
Oh, plow-wise. I mean, moonwise makes more sense than plow-wise as a word. So give him that.
There goes the clock. We're not quite yet. He's hovering. There goes the clock.
Oh, no.
And Will is insta-challenging.
Oh, no.
Not even taking a second to think about that one.
Ooh, so now we get to think about what will play to knowing full knowledge of the track.
Mm-hmm.
What did Will have?
Will has Federal on his
Oh, that's
rack.
right. Oh, so will there be anything after Federal for... Not really, right?
So he's going to look and naturally be like, okay, well, he has vitiated in Federal. That'll go down
Yeah.
right away. So now he has to think about, does anything he play give something back?
I don't think so.
I
He
don't
can
think so
play
either.
Federal and be in great shape. Hopefully Akkarapol will still play Woo. And then, wow. And then he'll have a nice triple lane for himself.
So that's a nice break for Team
Wow.
USA here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Team Thailand didn't have the huddle that Team Australia had.
Which apparently Ed Oculus forgot about. And there goes Will playing Federal. He's determined that there is no threat.
Take a huge lead. Akkarapol, it opens up Meow for Akkarapol. But
So Meow through the A in Federal for Akkarapol is one option besides the aforementioned Woo.
Woo is still probably a lot best because Meow, you don't want to close up that stuff. You want to leave it open so you have a chance of coming back from your now 100-point deficit.
I think you got to go back to basics on this one and just play Woo and
Yeah.
leave the board open. Will, in the meantime, he's suffering a little bit of vowelitis after that bonus play there.
What is Akkarapol thinking? Surely he's not going to play There we go.
Am I imagining Tilakia?
Yes.
Latakia is the one I'm thinking of, right?
Oh. Or tilapia?
Well, tilapia is the fish, absolutely. I might be combining two words.
I mean, Laika would work, Liaka, right? Cool, woo, that's the best choice to play a lot.
There we go. That's the right play for him
Cool.
there.
And Kwakkel still has that at 16% win percentage, so he has a fighting chance. I mean, Will probably feel compelled to block the lower right, even though he would be giving up a bunch of equity.
Jeremy Hildebrand asks, how did Meow sim versus Woo? Woo still simmed higher, is my understanding.
Yeah. Woo simmed about 16% chance to win, and Meow simmed about 13% chance.
So about 3% more to win after Woo versus Meow.
Oh, and he's drawn a bingo.
Marys. Oh, I'm suddenly thinking of Bruno Mars.
So Will should probably play like Ilial through the L.
I
The
think
federal.
Ilial is reasonable, certainly.
And then would you? Yeah.
And that is, in fact, what he's decided to do. Takes out the main triple threat there and limits scoring. Now the clock has been paused. I don't know if that's for scoring or for a challenge.
Looks like scoring. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he's holding, isn't he?
Oh yeah, Will hasn't drawn. Will is doing his courtesy draw at this point in time. Ilial should be pertaining to the iliac crest, if I remember correctly. It's your
Oh, it's challenging. Oh no, why?
That's
oh
a free
no.
5 points for Will. He's going to say thank you, sir, for that.
Oh no.
Dr. Clafagioni would not approve of that challenge.
+5.
And that's something that could potentially be one of those extraneous variables for the rest of the games that we talk about, but you can't really simulate. Is now there's been 2 challenges that have gone in Will's favor. One for a bonus has been challenged off, and now for a play that he's made. So it's the 2 types of challenge situations you see: losing a challenge that's, well, 2 challenge losses, but showing a strength in word knowledge on Will's part for sure. Marius is nice. That and Simar were the 2 that I was considering there.
Yeah, Marius is nice to open up that upper right part of the board that otherwise, as you pointed out before, is quite killed by Vichy.
Yeah, Marius allows for a chance to do multiple bonuses after. The thing with Simar, if you play it underneath the E in Federal, is you really have one opportunity to use that spot before it's killed. And Marius leaves multiple lanes open, which is definitely what Akkarapol means. Will would love to have that M open. Edemata would have gone down if the M was in the right spot.
Whoa. Indeed.
But not so in this case.
Good spotting.
Will's rack has not been updated, says that I'll pass that on to Kumar so that can be updated. Thank you.
Yeah, Will's an interesting spot because he can't really. He'll need to be creative in order to score without opening up much. Although his lead at this point is so tenuous that he kind of needs to focus inward.
So he's opting for Oaked.
Interesting. That blows the board wide open, but it's such an even game that seems called for. Because the only play that scores well and gives him the lead he wants.
And I suspect he might not have done that if Simar had been played instead. But in this case, since it's already so open, like you said, you might as well just take the points.
Yeah, he would have had some more straightforward overlapping plays after Simar. Like Odeya would have overlapped. And he's holding Oaked. Don't challenge Oaked. Oh, good.
Never mind. Looks like he's accepted. So Sook is an immediate option, so is QI, and QI keeps the S, of course, so that's a straightforward 31. And with only... Oh, I thought it was only 2 eyes, but Iliel was 4, so there's a few eyes left to draw that he could do as a magical one-tile draw to get stoning at the bottom there. He did not pull it. He pulled a T, so through an I he would have snotting.
Mm-hmm. This is an exciting game.
Mm-hmm.
So Will has AE, HP, RTU.
Things that jump out at me are Pruta to the right of Mariers as one option. Not decided on it.
Yeah.
What else have we got there, Jason?
There's UH simming well and up at top left making UH and HO.
Okay.
That's nice. It sets up the P for PUH.
Yeah.
And then there's only 2 Ds unseen, which would be the other hooks of
The nice thing as well is holding a P, R, and a T after that in his rack. There's F and Ro and Tho to play downward as well, so lots of options there.
Yeah, and AEPRT is very good leave.
Great leave, and then in case there wasn't a bonus next turn, the P could be played underneath of the U and nubs across to get some easy points. So
yeah,
is clever in the way that it sets up potentially and allows scoring next turn with or without a bonus. That's great.
Yeah, the pool is really, really good too. Like, there's lots of bingo-y letters to draw, including 2 blanks. And so it seems promising to keep a bingo-ish leave. Because there's so many lanes open.
Will has got Puha lined up in that spot, opting to take points sooner. It looks like that's what he's decided to do.
Do you think he missed just playing UH?
Possibly. Puha does score well, certainly. It's a good leave as well. The thing with Puha is it doesn't open anything to the left of the 2 A's, but there is already the lane open on the E and the D and Oaked, so. As it turns out, he drew very well, so non-issue.
Wow. Akkarapol looks like he's speaking out about his overwhelming number of options that are hard to choose from. Like many placements of Tong or not.
He is opting for Tong alongside Wu.
Yeah, that seems as good as any.
Although, he hasn't hit the clock yet. He's pondering over it. Meanwhile, as is pointed out in the chat, Pristine is waiting to come down very quickly.
Mm.
You think Will will wait? No, I think he's just picking it up. There it goes. And this is where studying your bingos and anagramming as well as Will Anderson works in your favor. You know that there's just that. You don't have to waste your time thinking about it and just put it right down.
Yeah.
Akkarapol hadn't even finished drawing his tiles yet, and Will had already made his move.
He's down by 100, but could he draw a bingo?
He's kept NST, which is very synergic.
T,
You've got
A,
T,
M,
H.
H, oh no. It's too many consonants. Oof. Is he going to quickly play maths? Is that...
Maths and NT, it does score well.
Yeah, but he has a better... Oh. He has a...
Oh, Iram through the IR I see there. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, Hans also. Looks like Kwhansak prefers Hans up at the top, but Iram is
Nice
a
spot.
great spot. It's the highest scoring play. Leaves his S.
It's great board vision there.
Yeah.
Jason, you have a fan in the chat that says, I love JKB's oh no's.
Oh no. The trick is to be rooting for both players.
Which is much easier when you know them.
Surprisingly, Kwhansak thinks that Iram doesn't win very often. I'm not exactly sure why.
It likes Hans a little more often up on the top.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's... If you're going to be leaving a questionable balanced lead like NSTT, you might as well be playing more tiles. And Hans even does score 3 more.
See, I wonder if the other reason...
I mean, there's 2 blanks to be drawn, which is probably a lot of it as well. Also, there's just so few vowels in the bag. There's only 12 vowels out of 33 to be drawn, so NSTT is a good chance not going to go anywhere.
I wonder if it likes the M for scoring opportunities elsewhere as well.
Yeah, M, as we've covered earlier in the broadcast, M is a great tile.
Jaws going down from Will Anderson, holding on to Vodun.
Vodun seems best by a mile. Oh, he's gotten a bingo for Akkarapol.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Oh!
Unloved is on
wow.
Will's rack.
Oh my.
And that will play at the top if setting's not played there. That setting looks like it's going down there.
It'll play at the bottom too.
We're testing. Oh yeah, underneath Federal. There you go.
Yeah.
Will has an unblockable unloved.
No, that'll... Well, Akkarapol could got another blank. Wow, this could be fireworks.
Wow.
It appears that Akkarapol's other bingo option is, after setting, is Thongiest.
Thongiest. Now, do you think that's abounding in thongs as in sandals or thongs as in underwear?
I don't know. I'd love to have the definition pop on the screen. But Kumar is busy with
occupied
other
with
occupations.
Michael Tang at the moment. Yes, Unloved should be coming fairly shortly here. Kumar Could you have the definition for thongiest come up on the screen?
Phoniness.
Thong, like as in sandals or underwear. Thong, I-E-S-T.
Thongiest.
Yes. We want to know if it's abounding in underwear or abounding in sandals.
Yes. Not this going to be disappointing.
Did he get the other blank? He did.
Akkarapol has the other blank.
Whoa.
Nice.
Can he play a bingo?
Does Kunti go down
I don't-
anywhere?
Oh, it does, because Ka is a word. But I don't know if you want to play that, because it's...
All right, we have...
What the fuck does that...
So, resembling an item of clothing made from a strip of cloth. And it's not saying underwear, but it's basically the answer to this debate is yes, it is resembling underwear. And as the chat mentions, AKA abounding in butt floss. Yes. Good evening, Zev Kaufman. Welcome.
Can we show the unseen tile pool? There's 14 letters unseen, so 7 in the bag. So bingoing would leave bad endgame timing and probably no chance to win, right? Especially because it would put the I in Will would probably come back with a big X play. There's a lot of places for that.
But on the other hand, as a long bomb, he would potentially hope that Will doesn't have the X and he could draw it.
Yeah. But the X and the 0 in the bag, and if he's only gonna get one.
Kunti basically relies on variance.
Yeah, which is possible because like Will might have all consonants. He'd probably win a lot of. I don't know if he'd even win those because there's like that U to play through. So in terms of non-Kunti plays, ooh, that's interesting. He could play VOE from the V of Unloved, opening up a big bingo lane there.
That is
And
certainly
then
possible.
try to play for a bingo out, because then next time he could also... Oh, he could play... Like if he played Vo this turn, like maybe next turn he could drop... If he needs to drop one letter for timing, he could play like Oho instead of Koho. Or like NO, making new and Oho, setting up Koho.
Zev Kaufman mentions the board camera is cutting off part of the board in the corner. Yes, I see that, Zev. I think part of that is to allow us to see the clock, which we couldn't see yesterday, but I'll pass that feedback on and see if we can still fit the clock and make sure the whole board is in the shot. Thank you.
Ilial is along the lower right. I-L-I-A-L. Wait, what is he doing? What? No, what are you... What word are you making? What non-word are you making? Did he remember what letters? What is he doing?
I don't know. I was trying to think, is he trying to do something similar to Anoteka, but he doesn't even have the letters for that. Ecotonal he's thinking of perhaps, but no, he's going for Kunti.
Oh, I wouldn't...
So he's opting for a high variance play.
I'm not even sure I'd call it that.
Coenobia is what they were mentioning as the...
Oh, coenobial?
So coenobial perhaps he was
interesting.
considering. But that's not valid, and Will would certainly challenge that. So we'll be looking for things on Akkarapon's rack, such as X-ray, and want to ideally get rid of those. X-ray would play to the U and unlove for a large score, but as has been mentioned by Jeremy Hildebrand, something like Bogeed or Bodis would score well on the left and take care of that.
Yeah.
As the problem is you're not going to take out all of the scoring spots on this board with those letters, but you can deal with the most looming threat and leave yourself an out in 2.
Yeah.
And Larynx has been spotted for Akkarapol. It's a nice play. Did Will drop a tile, or is he getting something in his bag? Aw, that's nice. Will gave a pen to Akkarapol. There's some nice sportsmanship. Larynx does play if you use the I in Kunti, but it wouldn't score as much as some of his other plays.
Yeah, Kwhansak thinks the best end game starts with playing Cog and GU if unloved.
Fun little piece of trivia for Larynx is it actually pluralizes in 2 ways. It takes the ES at the end, but it also has larynges is the other plural for that one, which is more true to the Latin form. So I'm going to have to, in honor of Will winning this game, I don't know if all of you know, but Team USA got a special little gift from Will Anderson before they started play. I don't have this gift, but I have something similar. So Will Anderson gave everybody shades that had the American flag on the front of them to wear. And we haven't managed to get a photo of them wearing them yet, but I have a pair of shades that don't have the flag on them that I'll put on in Will's honor for winning this match and for his generous show of sportsmanship. So,
great idea.
Here we go.
Wow.
I'm ready. America, fudge yeah! It is a point. Well, possibly a point for Team America, depending on how things go here with the other games, but Will is certainly getting them off to a good start.
Regrettably, I think our self camera is frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There
we go.
He rescued it. Thank you.
We have a camera again.
Thank you, Ariane.
I wish I had the shades with the American flag on them just to be able to honor Will, but this is the closest that I can do to recreate the same sort of idea.
Yeah.
Seen some like rock music or something like that, or a bit of Queen.
Yeah, it's nice that Team America has done well so far, because I feel like they don't get much noise on the world scene.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's really only been the last decade or so that we've had more Collins play in North America, with NASPA deciding to allow Collins events to happen and for ratings to come in, and now we're seeing very strong players coming in and doing these events all the time because they have a chance to practice in North America with other tournaments, and they're seeing the results here with lots of study and lots of time. America's one of the strongest teams in the field and certainly a favorite to win. So
yeah, it's crazy that America's had like 3 world champions, but all like 2 decades ago.
Mm-hmm. And the next generation's looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Bodis, well, that's good. Kwhansak thinks it's 2 points worse than Cog.
That But it does what needs to be done, and that's get rid of the huge spot for something like X-Ray. You can still drop Axe on the UN on Love, but it would keep a clunky leave. So Bez and Zax, that's probably part of why Quackle doesn't particularly like Bodus as much.
Well, optimal for Garvo now is Azuri, but Zax is only 3 points worse.
Oh, he's picked it back up.
Oh.
He's not sold on Zax yet. Because if you're playing intuitively, you know, without doing the actual numbers in your head, for those of you players who like to do that, Zax just intuitively seems good because you're getting rid of your highest letters in your rack when your opponent's going to go out the next turn for sure. So you would have to crunch the numbers to see if something like Azuri was better than Zax. But if you're playing with your gut feeling and such, Zax looks like a strong play, and it is. It's, I think, number 2 on the list.
Yeah. The line with starting with Cog would be Cog, and then Akkarapol would play Glazy and MY. And then Dieb would go out for Will on the left column.
So Zax goes down, and Will drop down the G to make Hog, take some leftover tiles from Akkarapol, and win this one safely by, it looks like about 60 some odd points. That's a good win for Will to try and get another point for Team USA.
Yeah, really strong game. He he couldn't fault him for any move.
Yeah, challenging off Moonwise very quickly and getting some extra points on Iliel. Yeah, very strong performance from Will.
Yeah, and Akkarapol was a bit shaky from the get-go. His first play of Weep was definitely missed Pee-wee. Nubs missed Buskets. Moonwise was a blunder. And from that point on, he was quite strong.
Yeah, and Mom Hut for Will is back in the chat.
Yes, Will.
We have our Will Anderson superfan.
Woo! I think we should get some Will Anderson love in the room.
We'll see. Jason's going to go and try and get Will. I'm going to leave these on so Will can walk in and we'll see if he reacts. Maybe he'll pull out his pair. Let's see in the chat. Dealwithit.jpg. Very good. I like that. Maximum headroom. Yeah. USA versus rest of the world at round 18. Yes, that'll be good. Given that rest of the world is in contention here as well, as they were in 3rd place to start off the day. Team Thailand was in 2nd and Team USA in 1st. Team USA making a good case to possibly widen the gap between themselves and Thailand, depending on how this round goes.
Before he steps onto the camera.
And we have Will Anderson joining us in studio.
Yes.
William!
That was a exciting game.
Indeed, you have
What do
your...
you guys think?
We
Was there any-
love the way you played.
Oh, thank you. Well,
Well
I had
done.
mostly easy. I think probably the hardest decision I had was Yuft versus Fove on the opening play, unless there were
Those
other
are the two
options.
we were considering.
Very different plays. I decided, well, I had the T for Tweep. I wanted to, that's the upside of Fove, is that you keep TY, which is reasonably nice to get the Tweep play, but it seems like it just yields a lot of scores that Yuft doesn't, so went with that. AVE isn't anything to write home about, but I was lucky to get the double down, and then Moonwise, yeah, that's probably thinking of Moonward or something like that. So nice shades, by the way.
Thank
You
you.
are looking snazzy.
I was saying that I don't have any Team USA shades, but the closest thing I have,
yes.
I actually packed these for an interview with someone like you, William.
Had I known that you were interested, I would have upped the order to 6, of course. But as an honorary American that you are,
That's true.
you are technically a Canadian. I can't really be faulted for that. Yeah, Iliel was just a block. I'm sure I had better equity plays, maybe through the K. Puha was interesting. I just couldn't. Maybe there was something. I'm not even sure what else I thought about here. Just like maybe Prahu and Mariers, but that really gets whacked on the triple a lot. I don't love putting a P in the triple lane with 2 blanks out, but it just is really, it scores nicely and keeps RET. So, was there something better that we thought
Not
about?
really.
in that
They're all
turn?
kind of the
Yeah.
same. Other options were like UH.
Yeah.
Oh, I could just play UH, or right, I almost just played PUH also there,
Ah,
because the
that would've
rate
been
leave
good too.
gets even stronger. But I've actually been making mistakes like that. Oh, that looks really good, Pruta.
But all those four seemed about
They
the
were
same.
close on
Really?
this.
Okay. Well, I'm liking. I didn't see Pruta in the game. I really like that now. Although it does still yield a little bit to the triple, but it's really you got to be precise to hit that. I like that it burns 2 more tiles with 2 blanks out. So I definitely I just missed that, and I like that better. So that's Scrabble, I guess.
Before we continue, there's a few things in the chat I'll catch you up on. In the meantime, Will, we have to make you be the baller for a couple of minutes here.
Oh, should I go get my? I mean, my glasses are on hand
That's
as
all right.
well. But
Look at that. Woo! William. Ho, ho, ho. Look at
Wow.
you. All right, so in the chat we have Allison says, "Who is this handsome fellow?"
Hi, sweetheart. I miss
Aw.
you. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Yes, she is definitely tuned in. She knows all about where to, find the stream and when I'm playing. So, just
How about the Will Anderson merchandise? Is she a licensed reseller?
That's funny because basically 95% of my wardrobe now consists of T-shirts that she's gotten me for different holidays and such. Including one that has like. I can't really grow huge facial hair, but she's unhappy with my shaving regimen, so she got me a shirt that has wizard, college professor, redneck, all the different,
Yes.
and it goes down. But of course, I can only get a little stubble on the chin, but.
Fair enough.
It's the message received basically on that note.
There you go, Allison. You are responsible for the Will Anderson clothing line. Let's see what else is going on here. Jeremy says that was some nice Will Yart. Noah asks how you're doing. Are you feeling better?
I think I'm feeling good. I was just kind of frustrated to have a bit of a head cold on the day before the tournament started, especially at this tournament where stamina is so important. You don't want to be fighting a cold as well, but I feel much better today. We'll see, hopefully. I mean, everybody's going to be dealing with fatigue, so
Yes.
I'm not going to be alone if I'm struggling by day 4. So, I think I'm feeling much better today. Still coughing a little bit, a little sniffle, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. So
Well, that's good. Let's see what else. Seth Lipkin says his Wilk Shakes bring all the girls to the yard. Or Wilk Shakes, pardon me.
Gosh, Wilk Shakes.
Nice.
That's coming in the next update, probably.
I think so.
the
And then
dictionary.
Chris Hawkins asks, did you get your pen back?
Oh,
yeah. What
yes,
happened?
I donated a pen to Akkarapol because he has ran out of ink. So he didn't have another one. So that's just, I'm not only am I a winning Scrabble player, but I am just a really good guy as well.
You're a humanitarian,
Yeah.
an amazing man. Let's see. Allison says, back off, Jesse. Ooh. I like
That's
it.
hilarious. Don't worry, sweetie. I'll be home in a few days. Don't worry. Everything's going fine. Jesse's harmless.
And then Ravenna says Moonrise maybe influenced the phony. Yeah, that's possible.
Moonrise, sure. Moonwise and Moonward. Moonrise and Moonward, sure. That could have combined to make that phony, which seems reasonable. But I wonder if Bodice was fine to block Zax at the end. I'm sure it was.
Yeah, that was fine. The best of the game started with Cog.
Cog.
Dieb.
Cog. Where is Cog?
Cog and
It
goo.
doesn't score very much.
Oh, that's probably just because I can mess with his having ZX and maybe get him with one if I'm clever.
Yeah, he has to play.
That
Kuzi,
must be
and
it,
then you play
yeah.
Dieb.
Well, what would he play? I thought he could play Zila too, which would be a high scoring play.
Oh, oops.
Cog. I see where Cog would go. Oh, that's beautiful because it blocks both Zaxes, and then I probably can get him with Z or X. That's the point of this.
Yeah.
Very nice. Good job, Quackle, and good job to you, Jason, for creating this wonderful program.
Good job, John Laughlin.
Oh, wow, Glazy. And then what do I do with these letters? I just play
Yeah,
Bide
Dieb.
or Deeb? Okay.
Dieb.
Oh, 30 there. Okay, and then I get the X. Very nice. Spottis can't have been that much worse than that.
So 2 points worse.
Okay, that's
Let's
fine.
see.
That's fine.
Jeremy Hildebrand says there are 809,000 hits when you Google Moonwise. So that's something.
Yeah, that's a lot. So.
Cesar calls you Williamito.
Oh,
You're little William, apparently.
I've not heard that before. Thank you, Cesar, for that.
Brenjam says there's talk of your typing speed in blank bingo times. Yeah, we mentioned a little bit before of your boggling background.
Yeah, you should put the link to my tutorial on that in the chat.
I should.
It's people get an idea of how I do that. Yeah, that's just typing speed honed from years of playing Boggle and then studying Scrabble, as we all do. So you combine the dictionary command with the typing speed. There's many people that know the words exactly as well as I do that don't type as fast. So it's more of just a weird combination of skills that I happen to have that aren't. I mean, I will say though that the blank bingos are not a test of typing speed. It really is a test of how thoroughly and inside and out do you know the words? Because finding a word as a natural and finding a word as a blank, you'll find that there are lots of words you miss with a blank that you would find as a natural. And trying to eliminate that group has been a focus of mine for a while.
It's funny you mentioned that because almost verbatim, I went through that with Jason in that order when we talked about blank bingos and how skilled you are at finding so many of those blank bingos.
Well, thank you for saying that, but if you were to go back on Aerolith and look at the blank bingo challenges, which Cesar created that challenge in maybe 2015 or 16, but when he did that, it retroactively generated challenges for every year back to 2011 as well. And if you go back at least to TWL, and you look at the blank bingo challenges from 2011, 2012, and almost all of 2013, you will see that I am the only person that has completed every single one of those, in addition to the ones that occur every day. So basically, I took my study time that I was doing other stuff and really put it all into blank bingos, because that's, you're always trying to find the area you're not good at. There's no point in doing card box every day if you're getting really high scores, and it's just the same old. You got to challenge what you're able to do. So that's a result of working hard. So it may look like I have some kind of amazing ability, but it's certainly a huge amount of work that went into being good at blank bingos. So there you have it. Straight from the horse's mouth. Okay, I guess I better get back.
It's almost game time, William.
Yes, thank you for having me again. Thanks for watching, honey. Love you. And thanks to all the other people in the chat. And thanks to you, Jesse and Jason, and maybe I'll be back if I'm on the stream again.
I hope so.
Okay. Yes, I better return these to you before.
Thank you. They'll go back in my bag.
Yes.
Actually, I might have to bring them out because Jesse Day's playing on board one next. So Team America.
So they can be the honorary shades. Yeah, we still have yet to get the team picture with the shades.
I'll help you guys with that one.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
See you later, Will. Good luck.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jason.
Keep it up out there.
Thanks.